Hey everyone, it is another great interview with Poetry Worldwide today. We are excited here on the show. So we have a first time guest back in effect, letting us know where she is now. So we promised you all the way in season one that we were going to start bringing people back to interview and to just get an update because we're always evolving as artists. There's always new things going on, and we want to make sure that their fans and the new fans that they'll get through the interview always know what they're up to. But I am Jessica Crenshaw. I'm the host of Poetry Worldwide. We are in season four, so we've been just flying through, getting to know artists and letting them know that there is a platform for them. There
Yes.
is uh, a place where they can just be themselves and speak and live their art. So, without any further ado, I do want to say thank you to WYTV7. We are going strong. We are nationally, worldwide recognized for being a reputable nonprofit. So when you give, you're giving to a nonprofit that actually puts their money to getting the word out about Christ out to the world. So that's something that you can stand on. We just thank you for them giving us a platform, letting us say what we need to say out here, and we just love them for that. But without any further ado, I want to reintroduce you to Lady Tazz. Tazz, how you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing good, doing good. I'm excited. I was just telling the audience that I was really looking forward to this interview all week, and I was just like, "Oh my God, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to say?"
hmm
Now, she may be cool and calm, but I'm telling you, when she gets to talking, you'll see where that fire from Florida is going to come from. So, I want to just jump right into it. I want to reintroduce you to the audience that may not know you. So let them know, how did you get started in your writing?
I wrote as a child. I wrote little poems for my mom. I thought it was actually a hobby, so I really didn't get into it. I've done a couple of amateur poetry. I've actually been placed in books as I was growing up. I lost touch, came back for my birthday. Someone challenged me to get on stage. So I did it. I started out performing and I decided to do a little bit more. This is where I became a host of creating my own vision and looking for talent, raw talent, any kind of talent, people that wanted to speak their words. And it grew.
Man,
Surprisingly, it was more than I expected, but it has grown. It's still growing. Um, and just the opportunity to put a person on stage that never spoke, wants to speak, don't know how to start is amazing to me.
how does that make you feel to give somebody who you could say was almost in the same position as you, to give them that start, that spark that could grow into a fire? That's got to feel amazing.
It does. I'm honored because I know I was that shy person. I knew I needed that push. I was skeptical of what people may say or what people may feel. But a couple of people actually motivated me, pushed me. So it's an honor to be able to have that stage where people can come, become family, come out each month and show out, speak something that they withhold, no one knows they actually do. So I'm honored.
Yeah, and I can feel that,
hmm
almost like, uh, almost like that mothering spirit, just like you're
hmm
kind of pushing the ducklings out into the
Yeah.
world and letting them explore. So if you're unfamiliar with Lady Taz, everyone, she started out as a poet on our first interview, and as you can kind of hear her talk, she's kind of evolved into the hostess of these shows. Now, with your writing and then also with your hosting, could you let people know what influences did you draw from? Did you get that strength to move from writer to the host and being a part of your community?
Fear. That's one of my biggest hesitance. I don't like to fail. So fear and failing was my most difficult challenge for myself. The fear of doing it and failing was my challenge. To have people that's been in the game for 15, 20 years that actually has my back and take times out to speak to me, to motivate me, to help me, guide me, it only gives me the understanding and the knowledge to say, this is what my purpose is. This is my passion. So be that umbrella for everybody else.
Okay. And let people know what type of events are you hosting. So just, you can, hey, we're gonna let it
Mhm.
fly today. Let people know the title, and let them know what the if you could describe the vibe of your events. Let people know what type of events you host, the title, and what kind of vibe they can expect if they're in the Florida area.
Okay. I mostly do poetry once a month. Getting ready to start the new year with two poetry places, two different events. One the second Monday of each month, and the next one will probably be the third Thursday of each month. It's a grown and sexy vibe. Um, we're grown. We can speak about anything, whatever you're feeling. I've actually done pool parties, lingerie. Um, I've actually did a tour. I was invited to Tampa with a South Carolina group, Baltimore, Memphis. So it was a couple of poets from different areas, but I was the Florida poet. So that was exciting to open up a door. I have an opportunity to do an event in Tampa to gather some Florida poets, and we travel to Tampa and let them get a taste of the Florida, Broward, Miami talent. I've actually met a man in Atlanta. He does performing arts. He wants to connect and do events up there. So it's some things going on. It's some R&B events that I'm connected to besides poetry. So it's me spreading my wings. Um, Opportunity for everybody else that I know that can jump on board. So that's what my 2020 looks like, is opening more events of poetry, open mic, maybe lingerie, pool parties, ladies' night, just to get a different feel and have an opportunity for everybody to get a piece of the pie.
Man, you were just into everything. I know the weatherman said that hurricane season is
Mhm.
over. No, it's not, because Hurricane Tazz
Yeah.
is tearing through Florida, Atlanta. Nobody's safe. Poetically, nobody is safe with this
No,
with
it's
this lady on the loose.
not, well, it's an I feel like this. If I'm given the opportunity to spread my wings, and if I can open that platform for someone else, why be selfish? It's a piece of the pie for everybody. And if I know someone that I would like to see them speak more, I would like to see them motivate or go up the ladder along with me, why not bring them? That's just my vision. I started this platform for people who wanted to spit their words, and not be so shy or hesitant. So I try to do an event where it's comfortable, it's a warm vibe, we're more family. Even the ones that comes out, you'll think we have done this before, and it be their first time. And I actually met a blind comedian, See No Evil. That's
Wow.
really good. I've actually met a blind rapper. Yeah, that Boulevard is his name. That I've actually invited, and I enjoy it because it's different talent, different people, different taste. So it's like unique all under one roof, and you never know what you get. So it's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just sitting here. amazed looking at this confident woman, this confident artist that has just found her niche. And
Mhm.
we're going to ask her some questions later on in the show because, you know, we never know who's going to pop into the show and watch. But I definitely want to get your sage advice by experience. So I definitely want you to talk to that part of the audience. So I want to know, what do you like most about your journey now? What turns you on that just gets your heart racing in a positive way about where you are right now?
Meeting new people, people that hasn't been writing for years, people that's been writing in the dark, deciding that they want to come out and
Hmm.
they choose our stage to get that platform started. So it's amazing of how many people that were just like me that is willing and ready to hit the stage. And it's funny because when I originally started, I had to recruit a lot of talent. Now it's in the platform where the foundation is kind of laid, where I have people that say, when do you have an event? Can I get on stage? So I'm amazed of who actually walks in the door each show and amazed of raw talent touching the stage and opening up with us. So it's like, it's an honor to even be in a predicament where you can help someone else spread their wings. And to see certain people that I've actually worked with for years turn around and they start hosting or start doing their own thing or adding more things to the field that they've done. So it's like we inspire each other, we build and motivate each other. And that's the only thing that I can ask for.
Definitely. Let me because we advertise the show to 40 million people worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
If let's just say you're doing an event, you know, it's a real cool vibe, and I know you work with talent from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a highlight for you, whether they be amateur or professional celebrity? Who would just knock your socks off if one day you were doing an event and they walked in and said, "I want to get on the mic"? Anybody that you can think of?
To be honest, no. Reason why, I like to have a crowd and someone pull me to the side and say, I want to jump on. Or I have a Red Riding Hood or a So Serious or a Larry Dog walk in. So I'm honored just to have someone that wants or has been or heard about come in and say, I want to join in. I'm honored because you heard something from someone, somebody that made you say, well, let's go check them out. Because again, it's not about Tazz, it's Taznatic. It's the whole umbrella, it's the people that's under me, it's the platform that I bring. It's the brand of it all, from the DJ to the comedians to the singers to the spoken word to the poets. It's any and everybody that are part of the show. I'm honored. I still get excited every month, still get goosebumps every month because I don't know how that show is going to end. I get high the day of the show. I release maybe an hour after the show. So it's always an honor. I still get nervous. I still get goosebumps. I'm still amazed of who hits the stage. And I had a lady come from Tampa that's actually in the Army. Never told us she was in the Army, come and hit the stage. That's an honor to have someone come 3 hours and say, I want to be a part. So I'm amazed at any and everybody that actually hits the stage every month.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's very honest. And one thing about Taz, everybody, she's gonna tell you like it is. No punches gonna be pulled. I mean, there's not gonna be any question in your mind of where this woman stands. So I'm just loving the vibe, loving the truth that's being told here. Let me also ask, what do you feel that you bring to the poetic community and just your Florida community as a whole? What do you feel that you represent?
Honesty, a platform where people can speak their truth. There is no judgment. There's no discrimination. There's no talk about it's free spirit. So to again to have that platform that you develop, and some nights, some months, some days it doesn't look like it's accomplishing anything. So to have someone inbox you or ask you about it, or just on one of those low days where no one really knows, reach out and say, "We got your back," I'm honored, because that means I'm doing something that I may not see, but somebody else is recognizing. So it still amazes me. I'm still honored. I'm still trying to recruit new people, add new people, expand. And again, it's not just for me, it's for everybody who wants to be a part of it. So it's amazing to even hold that title where you can help so many people and not even know it.
That's good. I Wow, I'm you got me speechless over here. I'm trying to host the show, but I'm tearing up in the background because I'm just loving everything that you're saying, and I'm loving the artist that you're becoming
Mhm.
right now, that you've that you've taken that fear and you've used it as a catalyst to move forward,
Yeah.
to help other people,
Hmm.
because you could most definitely have somebody who's afraid to hit the stage, and then you
Hmm.
could, empathize with them and just be like, hey, Keisha, I know. Hey, Daryl, I understand. I've been
Hmm.
there, but you've got a truth that somebody needs to hear. And if you touch that one person poetically, you've done your job. So, I mean, it's almost like you're motivating your community to speak their truth, to stand in their truth, and you might be helping somebody heal, because poetry is very therapeutic, and
It
you might
is.
be helping somebody heal or reveal something that they've been able to. I'm glad that you're able. I'm glad that you're able to have that outlet there for the people. Now, you're hosting events, so I want to kind of get into some advice for those that are out there.
Hmm.
How would you give advice for somebody who wants to start these type of interview? I'm sorry, not interviews, but events in their
Hmm.
community?
Make sure that it's something you want to do, because there's going to be some long nights, some sleepless nights, some aggravation, some frustration, some anxiety. Just keep going. If it's something that you want to do, make sure you're dedicated, because you're going to have to put time, sweat, tears into it. I find myself at times tearing up for no reason, but it's a relief. I know that I'm doing something and I enjoy what I do. So as long as you're following your dream and it's your truth, your passion, do it. Just make sure you're dedicated and you're willing to give 110%, because it's gonna pull energy from you that you didn't know you had. It's gonna help you once you do step forward. It's gonna help you find the strength that you didn't know you carry. It will actually help with some struggles, some bumps, some bruises, to see things in a different light. Just be motivated. You have to motivate yourself. You can't depend on anybody to have your back. You have to be your own cheerleader at all times. You have to pray, have faith, and just keep going when it doesn't look like it's doing anything or anything is being accomplished. Even when you feel like stopping, just keep going. And you can't really worry about failing, because if you don't try, you don't never know what you're able to do or the strength that you're able to help and motivate somebody else.
Definitely. And that's good advice. She's giving you very, very sage advice. I've hosted events here in the Memphis area, and
Hmm.
I'm going to let you know that you need that, and make sure that you get in touch with someone that has a good venue. So you always want to
Yeah,
make sure you have a good venue, good friendly vibe. You want to make sure that you're using all of your social media,
yeah,
your Instagram, your Facebook, your Snap, all of that. Make
yeah,
sure you have a good email address.
yeah.
Make sure, and this is customer service 101. Make sure that you try to keep yourself in a positive light, because you never know who's going to approach you and
Exactly.
how. Yeah,
You're being watched at all times. You may not see them, you may not hear them, they may not show their face, but somebody is watching you to see what your reaction is on everything. And to be honest, you set that vibe at that beginning of that event. You have to make sure you're in a peace, a balance, to order to, if it goes wrong, no one knows it actually failed but you, or something didn't go wrong, or somebody didn't show up but you. You have to be able to keep that balance and that vibe at all times.
definitely. And once you put yourself up there as an event coordinator,
Hmm.
and especially on social media, you become the face of that brand, everybody. So that, I mean, impressions,
Yeah,
if now more than ever, are everything. So you've kind of put
exactly.
yourself out there as kind of like a mini celebrity. And to this day, even though I don't do events, I'm still recognized here in Memphis, like, oh, you were that girl that did the poetry events. Yeah, or I went
Hmm.
to that event, or one of
Hmm.
my dudes said it was cool. So you
Hmm.
you really got to you really got to watch yourself, and you gotta take a page out of some of these celebrities' books, that the the face that you have is going to have to be the most consistent one. So that's why I'm always applauding Taz on being consistent with who she is. So this is really who she is. I mean, she's straightforward. She don't let you know, but she would give you the shirt off of her back poetically. She's
Exactly.
going to do everything she can to help you. So I want to kind of get you in a mind frame of, I don't want to say fortune teller, but I'm very interested in where you see your poetic future going. So I guess you could say, where do you see your events going 5, 10 years, even 2 months from now?
Oh wow. To be honest, anywhere. Um, it can. I really want to take some artists and go to different areas, different states, to give them a taste of Florida. That is my true goal, is to be able to say, you know what, let me get 5 or 10 people and we just go to Tampa, or we go to Orlando, or we go to Memphis, and we just connect with other people and network. So my goal is to do a poetry tour myself, host it with artists that I meet up the road and here in Florida, and we just go and show out and enjoy a night of poetry. So
Wow.
I really want to either do a book of poetry with the artists that I have actually had on my stage, or a CD. So any one of those three is a goal.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Honey, I'm gonna let you know right now. If you come to Memphis, you better tell me, or you gonna have one mad black lady. I'm just like, you ain't coming. I'm gonna be like that old auntie. Wait a minute, you came to town and didn't tell me? Don't do that. I mean, I will advertise it on everything that I know. If you do choose to come to Memphis, because we are, evolving into one of the poetry stops. I know when people from the East Coast, they want to kind of come down south, they will come to Memphis, just kind of cool out a little
Mhm.
bit. But I, speaking as a poet over 20 years from Memphis, I welcome you. So you just come on down. What you say? You doing a pool party? Just pack your bikini and just come on, and everybody's gonna have a great time. Everybody's gonna have a great time, and your
Yeah,
poems.
but you never know. Maybe in the near future, me and you'll be able to host something in Memphis,
Oh,
since we're
I would.
both the artists.
Yeah. Oh, see. Oh my lord. Okay, you done gave. I done got for Clem. I done got for Clem. So I'm sorry. So just call me Becky. So I got real excited about that. But yeah, I would love it. I've been hosting for a minute, and I can definitely um, agree with you that I love the energy of the crowd. I like the different people that
Hmm.
are going to come in. I mean, it's always call it poetic roulette because you just never know
Exactly.
who's going to surprise you, and that's the factor that kept me in it for so long. So with
Hmm.
your events, we've been talking about your events and everything. Um, what events do you have coming up, and how can people get in contact with you?
I have Spit Don't Swallow, which stands for Speak Your Words, Don't Hold Them In. That is actually Monday, November 11th at Cloud Nine. I do it once a month, the second Monday of each month at Cloud Nine. I have a poetry event November 22nd. That is one of my promoters that I'm actually gonna be on his side and be a poet and not the host. I'm actually gonna be at the Broward County Fair, also November 22nd. Yeah, that's a amazing surprise and still trying to inhale that opportunity in. Um, December, I have another poetry event that's mine. January 25th, we're trying to get together a R&B competition for some artist who wants to get on stage and spit. They're singing. It's a couple of first, second, third prize winners. So there's a couple of events that I have going on. I plan on doing the poetry book, the 2020. So there's quite a few lineups and maybe some surprises. They can find me on Instagram, Spit Don't Swallow, Tazz the Poet. I am Latanya Smith on Twitter and on Facebook. Um, YouTube, they can find me as Tazz the Poet. And that's pretty much it. Or they have my email as Tanya395 at gmail.com or Tazz55 at gmail.com.
Wow. Well, I mean, you got a lot of outlets out there. This is great. This is great.
Mhm.
I'm excited. I'm gonna have to do another Where Are They Now shows because I'm I'm always just excited about the artists that just seem to be, just, they were crawling and now I mean they doing a Usain Bolt just down the track, they just
Mhm.
running.
Yeah,
And uh Taz said something very unique, and this is something that I want everybody to take away from the show, is that in art isn't a competition. Art is
not at
life.
all.
What she's doing has no bearing on what I'm doing, so there's no reason for me to be jealous of her or like, well, I don't like how she do. Everybody has a different way. This is not a competition, guys.
Not at all.
One lady that I used to work with, she said there is no traffic when you stay in your lane. If
Exactly.
you stay in your lane, you're good. Taz got her lane, I got my lane, and then our lanes are going to intersect. Like now, helping each other. I needed a guest.
Exactly.
She wanted to spread the word, and boom, everybody eats. Everybody
Exactly.
eats.
And
So
that's the way it should be.
that's the way it should be. I mean, and that's one thing that I'm very, very passionate about is that art is not a competition. Art is life. Art is sharing your experiences and letting somebody know that they're not alone. That's what her events are doing, That's what this show is doing. And one more thing, when you're hosting an event, when you're doing art, it's not about you. That's one
It's
thing
not.
that Taz said, and I'm just going to stand behind her 3,000%. It's not about us. It's about you. And I've kind of got on my little motivational soapbox. So just before we wrap up the show,
Hmm.
do you have any motivational words for anyone that may be trying to get started in writing or in hosting? Just bless them with your knowledge today. What if you could say anything? What would you tell that person trying to get started?
Stop being scared. Go for the gusto. Speak from the heart. With poetry, we have breakthroughs. There's a reason and a lesson why we are chosen to write certain things. It's not about us when we're writing it. We may have went through it, but it's not about us. It's about letting somebody else hear it because it's a healing, a process for you, but also you're helping someone else achieve, crawl, get up. So it's no longer about you when you pick up a pen and start writing. So those breakthroughs, go through them, release it, because you never know who's in the background listening and you help. And I've learned that me not speaking stop someone else from learning or understanding something that I may be able to express, say better than them. And you're not speaking for yourself, you're speaking for other people. It's just you're being used to spread that word. So stop being scared. Open up your heart, open up your mind, and let it flow. Go through what you need to go because he's using you to speak for him to someone else, and just embrace it.
Definitely. Well, that was some poetic words, powerful. I tried to say it at the same time, and I just got kind of choked up there. But powerful stuff from Lady Taz. Definitely putting Florida first and foremost on the map. I think when people look at the map now, they just don't see Florida.
Yeah,
Just I don't know about all the other states now. Florida is definitely on the map. Um,
Florida as a whole. We may have little cities, but we
yeah,
represent the whole state.
yeah, the whole state. That's
The
what's
whole
up. Well, we're gonna bring the show to the close. I almost don't want to leave, but we definitely got time, got bills to pay. But
Mhm.
Lady Taz, once again, I am just honored to have you on the show. Amazed out of this world by your journey, by just the interview now and then the interview then. Definitely, you have come full circle, and what's so amazing is that you're going to go even further. Um,
Thank you.
Not a problem. Now, before we close out the show, we are a Christian Broadcasters Network.
Mhm.
Lady Taz talked about using your voice to bring glory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and using your art as your gift. We all have different gifts, and God gives them as He chooses. But we want to bring you the gift of salvation. So if you're out there and you do not have a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ, we just want to pray with you. So
Yeah.
you don't have to chant, you don't have to, light 1,000 candles. You just have to say this very simple prayer. And you can repeat after me. Lord Jesus, I
Lord
repent of
Jesus,
my sins.
I
Come
repent my
into my life. I
into my
make you my Lord and Savior.
Lord
And
and
we
Savior.
believe here on the show that if you said that simple prayer, you've been born again. Follow up, get into a Bible-based church, keep God first place in your life, and He will take you places where you've never even dreamed of. I am
Exactly.
Jennifer Crenshaw. That is the Lady Taz, y'all. I ain't no other Lady Taz, just that one. But we want to thank WYTV7 for giving us poets a vibe and a platform to be our best. So, once again, this is Poetry Worldwide, where we are giving poets a voice. Are you ready to be heard? Goodbye.